Would you rather work for a union or not?
I think that it's strange that in America, people who believe in how American they are and say, you know, we're a country of voters, that we all have rights, that we are equal, will accept a total totalitarian fucking environment at work every day that we go to work. What is so fucking bad about having the choice to decide what your working conditions are like, what your wages are like, healthcare? Has it become bloated and corrupt? Does it need to be changed? Absolutely. Absolutely.
The problem goes with that is a lot of folks in Washington, people in unions get to the high spots
fucking got shot.
And they don't stop. I mean, they stay there and they get corrupt when they stay there for so long. But that's, you know, that's what me and Derek always say, term limits and everything, including jobs where people make $1 million a year. You know what? You only need to work at that job 2 years and let somebody else take that spot.
You know what I say?
You got $2 million in the bank. It's enough to live on. Yeah. But that's what it is with unions. You get somebody that stays there. Unions, like I said, I think they're started for a good reason, protect the working class people. But the problem is, a guy stays there so long, he gets so many connections and the fingers and so here and here. Well, he starts taking kickbacks from certain people, making things run a certain way. It's the Tony Soprano fucking rule, man. Right. They're gonna take what they want to take, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And seeing I know there's unions out there that work, because my father worked for a union, and he still gets his insurance and, you know, gets his pension, and you know, I think after a certain time that he lives, he gets bonuses.
See, I personally would like to work for
when he hits 60, he got a $500 bonus.
Yeah.
When he hits like 70 or 80, he'll get another bonus just for living.
I would take a union job.
I wish I got that kind of thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Like that.
So the people that are running the unions are the problem, for sure. I mean, obviously.
What do you think, Dad? You were a union steward. You were in the union.
Well, basically, unions have been in full retreat since the days of Reagan and breaking Petco. So in reality, that's the reason that what few are left they're trying to wipe out, which are basically the public service unions. In all reality, the UAW or any labor union that dealt with industry, they don't really exist anymore. Not with any real power.
No, they don't have any teeth.
And they have no teeth or anything. And the last ones with any kind of power, which was very little to begin with, were the state and government.
You know, I watched a documentary on that whole thing, how Reagan used the unions to get him into office, and as soon as he got in there, he turned his back on them and started breaking them piece by piece.
But that's every
the reality is they can be good or bad. And one thing people should remember about a union, just like this country, it is run by the people who are members. Everybody participates in that union the way they're supposed to. It will do the right thing. If you do the same as what's been done with our government, where everybody's too busy to vote or to bother to see what the government's doing until they've got their hand in their pocket, then it's too late.
Yeah.
But a union can be a good or bad thing. It's the people who run it.
Yeah. Everybody has a voice, but you have to speak.
And to me, a necessary evil.
And that's what it's saying. This country, there's a lot of us that don't like the way this country's headed, but we don't do nothing about it. But sit at home and turn Sean Hannity or Rush Limbaugh on and listen to them go, you guys are right. Country is this, that, and other thing. But look, people, pay attention to everything going around and judge for yourself.
Judge for yourself. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a lot of what's wrong with this country is people don't put the time or effort into it. Which is part of the reason we're bringing this show to people. Trying to help out.
We want to help out, bring our own views as...
Let people know that how you're sitting at home feeling right now, there's more of us out there than you know.
Well, one question you should ask you if you're any kind of intelligent person, why do unions exist at all? If employers always treated their employees fairly, the people that made the millions treated the people who made them millionaires, who worked for them and made them millionaires fairly, then unions would not exist. But the reality of humans are that just like the stock market, the mortgage stuff, when you take the regulations away, the greedy step in and corrupt.
Yeah. It's like that, you know, pretty much anywhere though. If you have, you know, it's the human condition. It's another human condition, and it's the ability
That's
Okay,
why
everybody
there are
has a
laws,
price
and
to a
that's
degree.
why
Everybody has a price
there
to
are
a degree. So
regulations.
if somebody's elected as a somebody high in a thing, absolutely, they could be twisted by management and stuff and say this is the way we want this contract to fall out, and just tell them that we're not gonna concede. This is our final offer and sell it for us. They could absolutely do that.
Well,
For me, dude, I don't know about right to work. I think that flies in the face of our right to freedom of assembly and to be able to come together and say this is what we want. I understand that it does have its problems, but I don't think it deserves quite the reputation it has now.
What do you
Which is
think?
like this? It's like this evil system of people who are, what do you want to call it? They get way more than they should, and they're crappy employees.
A big union story in headlines right now is Wisconsin. What do you think is going to happen there next week?
I think the backlash is going to be apparent to
The unions are going to get crushed by Mr. Walker. You think they're going to beat him?
They're going to be.
You think they're, even though Obama doesn't have the guts to go there, you think that Democrats are going to pull it out? What do you think about that, dude?
I don't know about that.
It's a very American thing, man.
I think
Down
it's
in its
going
heart
to
it
be
is.
I think Walker's
Uh,
gonna win. So
I do too.
sign of how America is headed this year in the election year. I think it will be a very interesting, what do I want to call litmus test of how things are going to go.
I would agree.
For all the brainwashed Rushy-ites and Sean Hannity-ites, let me just tell you this. Think of where your world would be without unions. You would not have the healthcare, employer healthcare, what do you call that, as a benefit. You would not have any benefits at all.
No.
Benefits were all created, well, they were created for other reasons.
now they'd be
Without unions, you would have no benefits at all. No paid vacation, no 401ks, no holiday pay. None of that stuff would exist without it. What we would be without unions, we would be China workers making $2 an hour.
What you would be without a union is me. You would get nothing but a paycheck.
I'm in the same boat.
And that's it.
Work 60 hours a week just to make a little bit of money.
Just to survive, man. 60 hours a week. You can kiss a lot of personal time goodbye because you got enough time to go home, take a shower, eat your dinner, unwind for an hour, and go.
Which, by the way, you don't eat dinner till 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
Sometimes.
You got to work till 6 or 7 just to make a paycheck. But
I
if someone,
minimum wage.
I work 2 jobs. As someone who's never had a union to back them or never had any kind of union pay, I would gladly quit my job in a heartbeat for a job.
But you don't need to be in a union to benefit from it. You don't need to be in a union to benefit from it.
No.
Think of all the businesses.
We already benefit. Why do you, oh, that's another hot topic, folks. We got 1 minute left to wrap it up. Quick last ending statements.
You hear about Liquid Web? That's a homegrown business that started, and that's not a union. And I heard he treats his employees great.
But why does he do that? Because of the fear of unionization.
But he knows. It could be.
That's exactly why they do it.
But a lot of people should fear that.
Any following statements? Follow up real quick.
I had one, I forgot it. What were you just talking about, Christopher?
Well, I think that we all need to be one big ass union of workers. We need to come up with an American Bill of Rights for workers and say these are the standards, better than what we have now. We do have stuff in place now. We have the minimum wage laws, anti-discrimination laws, stuff like that. But I'm saying, there's still a lot of stuff that falls in the cracks.
I know
you know what I mean?
I gotta say that.
Hurry up, go ahead.
This is all I gotta say is I feel the worst because my sons can't even get a job that I have, which was not a very high up job with the state. I get a pension, I get health care. They can't even begin to get that. In this country today, and when I grew up during the Cold War, we were supposed to be the greatest society that took care of everybody.
Took care of everybody.
And it's just a lie.
On those notes, folks, hopefully you enjoyed the show. Hopefully you keep watching.